clocking hours as a means of defining work-life balance is destroying a whole generation.
Founders, high stakeholders, going to make tons of money, go for it, work 24 hours a day, forever. For common employees, have a reasonable work limit, knowing that there'll be some blips, deliverable times, but it cannot be a constant 70-hour work week, which is what a lot of people are proposing. I work 7 days a week.
What are your views on the work-life balance debate, right? Anupam, this we will start with you.
Yeah, sure. I think it's a big lie that's being told to this new generation. And I think it stinks because you are not ever going to... Okay, this is only for people who want to achieve something extraordinary in life. You're not going to achieve anything extraordinary in life by counting the hours that you're putting in, right? Work-life harmony, flexibility, all that I understand, right? And we have a hybrid work system where 2 days a week you can work out of home, so you can take care of stuff that you need to do, but you are expected to be fully engaged even during that time. In fact, our productivity has gone up by 30% by doing this, right? Because we built systems that address issues of slacking off and things like that, right? We keep everybody very accountable on the outcomes. But simply clocking hours as a means of defining work-life balance is destroying a whole generation. And we worked 16 hours a day because we believed so much in the purpose and what we were trying to build. We never looked at our clocks, our watches, although we were on salaries. I think that really builds character, right? When you struggle, success builds ego, right? But struggles build character. I think people need to really go all in as far as what they want to achieve in the early part of their careers when they still have the energy and the clarity in terms of what they want. Right?
Karishma, this is a crock of bull.
If you want
pardon my language.
So, somebody spoke about interruption and how they're disrespectful. Where that comes from, right? Generally, people are like that.
I apologize. I am apologizing for interrupting you.
I think she had a bad morning today.
Basically, I think this whole discussion and argument that's going on is a, pardon my language, crock of bull. Okay. I'll give you 3 data points. 3 very specific data points. Number 1. When MQ went public, it was $3 billion. My family owns 80%. Imagine the kind of wealth I'm making. Now, for the founders, set of co-founders, top management, look at the kind of money they're making. Obviously, they're going to work 20 hours a day, which is what we all do. But the employees, MQ has 10,000 employees. Today, my accountant in my finance department, he's making a salary. He doesn't have the upside of putting in that kind of hours. If he's going to put in that kind of hours, my second data point, he's going to have some serious physical and mental health issues. So I think for founders, high stakeholders, going to make tons of money, go for it, work 24 hours a day, forever. But I think for the common man and woman, they need, I'm not saying you do 3 hours, but I think all corporate cultures have a certain number of hours that they're supposed to work. And of course, when they're deliverables, like my audit team, when there's a statutory audit and there's a quarter end, people at that time work the longer hours, but it's not on a non-stop standard number basis, right? Third thing, for God's sake, don't get married and have children, because the next generation is suffering by non-existent parents. Then just spare them the misery and the mental health issues of having an absentee parent.
Yeah.
So I think for people where the stakes are high, yes, but for common employees, have a reasonable work limit, knowing that there'll be some blips, deliverable times, but it cannot be a constant 70-hour work week, which is what a lot of people are proposing. When Namita said absentee parent, I felt like it wasn't directed at you, but I mean that, at some point the kids need the parent.
Yeah, I work very hard. And I like what I do, so it doesn't feel like work, but yeah, I work 7 days a week.
Okay. How many hours?
And weekdays is generally 10 hours in the office, and then of course there's something at night. 1 or 2 hours there. So yeah, maybe 12 hours, not 16.
So that's 12 times 5 is 60, and then you said you work on weekends as well.
I do
So
work on
about
weekends as
5
well.
there. So 70-hour weeks.
Maybe not 7.
And
So
you're
there are
also the
weeks-
founder with high stakes.
Yeah. So I agree.
You'll
For
make a ton of
founders-
money when sugar goes
there
public.
it's very clear that for founders, it's very hard to have work-life balance. And it is really a career choice, where for 10 to 20 to 30 years, you're working really, really hard. And that's the only way to build, because there are just so many variables. But in terms of the culture, we have 70% women who work at Sugar. And why we do say that, our culture is the 4 pillars are actually hunger, hustle, humor, and humility. But I don't think it's possible to succeed without working hard. But it's possible to work hard and still find balance, still make time for your family, and still prioritize your own mental and physical well-being. But it's a constant learning. It's been a constant learning journey for me as well. Yeah.